Saddam Hussein's hiding spot is one of the most iconic hiding spots of all time. It immediately gets S tier. In fact, the S in S tier stands for Saddam. Hi Pookie, it's Sash. How are you on this fine and beautiful day? You know, how am I? I'm currently also in hiding. My cousins are over and this may come as a surprise to you guys, but I'm an introvert, so I do enjoy being alone from time to time. So whilst I'm hiding from my cousins, let's rank some historical hiding spots. So we're going to be looking at a couple of things to determine where the specific hiding spot will rank. These things are going to be including how good of a hiding spot it is, how comfortable it would be to hide there. As you can see, I'm very comfortable. This would get not S tier, like maybe B tier, because it's not very surprising. Surprise factor is one of the things. Think about it, when you're playing hide and seek, one of the best parts is when you find someone hiding in a funny or a strange place. That will bump you up a few points. We're also going to be considering creativity. So let's get started. We already ranked Saddam Hussein's hiding spot. It's so creative and surprising that it has become a meme. I love it. Honestly, I love the memes that people have been making about it. He was able to hide there for quite a few months. Yeah, his bedroom is a little messy. I guess when you're a dictator on the run, it doesn't really matter. The actual hole itself, I can totally see how like people would miss that. And of course, the infamous diagram, very informative, very good. This kitchen is a mess, but you know what? The whole hiding spot is like very spacious, very creative, underground bunker vibes, safe houses along the Underground Railroad. Harriet Tubman used secret safe houses to lead escaped slaves to freedom, and she was risking her life each time, and she did this for about a decade. That's actually so long. 10 years is a very long time. It doesn't look very spacious, not gonna lie. Pretty cramped up in there, but I'm sure that they weren't staying there for too long. Surprise factor, it's not very surprising. A B because there was a lot of impact, you know. Fidel Castro. I hope I said it right. He was hiding out in dense jungles to plan the Cuban Revolution against Batista. He was there for about 2 years and using thick foliage as cover. Okay, like get into it, I guess. This is so spacious and free. Not so creative, you know, but comfortability, that's like 10 out of 10. How good of a hiding spot? I don't know, I would say like 5 out of 10 for how good of a hiding spot it is. It's okay, you know, not so much surprise factor. We are just gonna go ahead and say maybe C, because C is okay. Vladimir Lenin. He had a house in Nikolaev, Finland. Please don't come for me for the pronunciations. I did not take history as an elective in high school. Instead of history, j'ai appris le français. So Lenin hid in a small house for about a year to avoid arrest before igniting the Bolshevik Revolution. That's definitely very creative. You would not guess that a prominent historical figure is hiding in there. I wouldn't. Obviously, I do not know what it looks like on the inside, but from the outside it looks comfy, so bonus points for that. In the summer it's not so great, but in the winter this is pretty good. Like, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to spot this. This is a top tier hiding spot right here. It's kind of giving Saddam Hussein hiding spot just a little bit. So for obvious reasons, we're gonna put this in S tier. John Wilkes Booth. After assassinating Abraham Lincoln, Booth hid in a tobacco barn for 12 days before being found and shot. This is kind of mid. Like, it's a barn. No creativity. Pretty uncomfortable. Like, all I can think about is if it's winter, it's gonna be cold. If it's summer, there's gonna be like mosquito. Just an uncomfortable place to be in. How good of a hiding spot? I mean, he was found and shot after 12 days. So maybe it's not such a great hiding spot. This is a D tier hiding spot, unfortunately. Osama bin Laden. He lived in a fortified compound for nearly a decade, trying to stay off the radar until 2011, when he was finally located. This is a very elaborate compound. Honestly, the plan, it looks like it's such a nice compound to be in, like very creative, very planned out. I'm sure there was a high budget as well. However, the actual place kind of looks abandoned. You're definitely not trying to be flashy, so you know what, I understand it. It's very comfortable. How good of a hiding spot? It's pretty obvious, but you know what, I understand the lack of taste so that you can just like blend in and be subtle. But you know, I think they could have been more creative with it, so it's going to go in the C tier. Hiro Onoda. This man thought that World War II was still happening. He hid in the jungle for almost 30 years. My dude looks very comfortable. He was really living a good life in nature, away from the war. I love that for him. It looks very comfortable. Look at that luscious grass. This is an overall pretty decent hiding spot. And for that, we're gonna go with A tier. Had he been a bit more creative with it, it would have definitely been S tier. Next is the Span Ranch, California. Charles Manson, a cult leader, and his crew were at the Span Ranch for a couple of years. It was a creepy hideout for their infamous activities. Okay, this looks horrible. Comfortability, 0 out of 10. Surprise factor, it's literally a ranch, so I don't know where the surprise must come in. Not much going on here, not much creativity. And this cave, it just makes it very creepy. Why did they have to do that? Like, I don't know, I'm creeped out. This is going to be D tier. Next, we have the secret annex. This is where Anne Frank and her family hid, concealed in a space behind a bookshelf to escape the Nazis for 2 years. Okay, this is pretty elaborate. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, honestly. The bookshelf is 10 out of 10 creativity, honestly. Surprise factor, that's also definitely there. Like, I don't think anyone looks at a bookshelf expecting a room to be behind it. Not just a room, but like a whole house with multiple bedrooms. As we can see here, Anne Frank lived in number 8. I don't know why I'm pointing that out. I'm just trying to understand. Yeah, this gets S tier. It was a really good hiding spot. I'm pretty sure they were only caught because somebody snitched anyways. S tier for Miss Frank's hiding spot. Pablo Escobar's Tulum mansion in Mexico. Escobar used his luxurious mansion as a hideout for about a year while managing his drug empire from the shadows. Alright, this is bougie. The creativity is off the wall. His hiding spot was so good that they were able to renovate it and make it into a hotel, and people are staying in it today. So that just tells you a lot about the creativity and the style and the surprise factor and how comfortable it is. Because of these renovations, I don't necessarily know if these pictures are from how he had it before or if it's how they renovated it afterwards. This is looking very good, very comfortable. So I'm gonna put it in A tier. Why not S tier, you may ask? Because it's just missing that it factor, that iconic factor. And then we have the Trojan Horse. The Trojan Horse was a ruse that allowed Greek soldiers to infiltrate the city of Troy, leading to its fall. The whole idea, very creative. Surprise factor, up there. How comfortable it was, I don't know. It looks pretty rigid and stiff in there. It was not meant for a long period of hiding, but like, what if you had to, you know? What if they said, no, let's quarantine the horse just in case, you know, it had a disease or something? I would say A tier. So that is it for today's video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.